Hey there, my name is Chelsea Craval, and I am a futurist, which means I spent a lot of time in my head, but a lot more time researching. So, if you're anything like me, you've spent a considerable amount of time daydreaming about having a homestead, but you just don't know that the actual application of it is for you. This video is just for you. So, the other day, one of my closest girlfriends sent me a video, and it was about a neighborhood that they were developing here in Texas, and it's like centered around a farm community. And my running joke with her has been like, oh my gosh, we need to just like buy some land, or like we need to all live within like a 5 mile radius of each other. It's something I'm always like planting the seed with all my closest friends. So she sends me this neighborhood, and it feels like it's like the best of both worlds. So let's take a step back and start with terminology, because I feel like I have been a little hesitant about the best way to describe it. I normally call it the compound. I'm like, all of us can just like, build our own homes and we'll all live close to each other and raise our kids together, yada, yada, yada. So she sends me this neighborhood and my wheels start spinning. But before we get going, let's do a little bit of a reset so we can define the terminology around what's what. Number one, you have your farm, right? Like that's a commercial use property where you either have livestock or maybe you are providing produce, something like that, but it's normally on a larger scale. Then you have homesteading, which is what I am trying to convince myself that I think I would like to do. I just don't know if it's actually for me. And that's where you basically want to be self-sufficient, where you grow your own food in some cases, or you might even have livestock. But a lot of what you're doing there is that you're trying to be self-sufficient in the way that you create your overall well-being and lifestyle. Then last but not least, you have a ranch, which in Texas is really common, where you normally have like big livestock. Like that's where you see your cattle farms and things like that. So what I think is the sweet spot based on my research, I went into a little bit of a rabbit hole and I want to share with you guys what I came across. I specifically Googled farm-centered neighborhoods, Texas, and to my surprise, which I don't know why I was surprised, there's a name for it, Agrihoods. And they are communities specifically designed to have all of the housing centered around this like farm setting that they've built for the community. And I was like, that is so smart. I think that's a fantastic idea. And ironically, the neighborhood that she sent me wasn't even on this list. And they had like 7 of these neighborhoods listed in this article. And what was so refreshing is that it specifically targeted the fact that a lot of people want the conveniences of living in the suburbs, but they want to feel connected to nature. They want to feel like they have a hand in the food that they're consuming, but maybe they just don't want the undertaking of actually having to like create a farm of their own, which is so similar to how I feel. And I was like, maybe this is the sweet spot. So I say that to say that if you're somewhat like me, and maybe it's very attractive to you, the idea to be more intentional about the food that you're consuming, the food that you're feeding your families, but you just don't know the best way to go about it, I think that maybe you should check out an Agrihood, because it seems like it is a fantastic way to be able to kind of tiptoe into gardening or into farming without having to actually buy 30 acres and start a farm. Anyway, hope that's helpful. Bye.